Imagine a world where the desert isn't just sand and heat, but a graveyard of ancient magic where the dead refuse to stay silent. You are part of a lineage of oracles, gifted with the sight to see beyond the veil, only to find that your visions are being manipulated by a force that wants to use your power to tear open the gates of hell. But when you discover that the haunt isn't just a location, but a sentient curse that feeds on fear and memory, you realize that survival isn't just about casting spells, it's about outsmarting a nightmare that knows your every weakness. Welcome to Oracle's Haunt, the fourth pulse-pounding, atmospheric, and deeply strategic installment in Shannon Mayer's The Desert Cursed series. If you love urban fantasy mystery tropes, supernatural horror, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of watching a protagonist master forbidden magic through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in speculative fiction, blending the visceral chill of psychological horror with the profound weight of ancestral duty. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist's arrival at the cursed site, thrusting them into a race against time to break the seal before the haunt consumes their sanity. The atmosphere is thick with the scent of dry sage and ozone, the hum of latent mana, and the creeping dread of knowing that every decision could branch into a timeline where they are trapped in an eternal loop of terror. Mayer excels at capturing the psychological toll of living in a malleable reality, making every tactical maneuver, every resource allocation, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is not just death, but the loss of one's soul to the void. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular cursed hero trope and the brilliant metagaming dynamic. This isn't just about leveling up, it's about understanding the hidden patterns of the system, exploiting glitches in reality, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who think they know your every move. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer enemy strategies, craft overpowered gear from rare drops, and completely shock arrogant elites with unconventional, trap-heavy tactics is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying chiming ding of a massive level up to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the slaughter, the soul of The Desert Cursed lies in its characters and the heavy burden of memory. The protagonist isn't just a cold, calculating gamer. They are a deeply human individual struggling to maintain their humanity in a system that views them as data. They quickly form bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of fellow survivors who help them navigate the treacherous waters of the new social order. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as their squad watches them casually calculate the damage output of a coordinated strike. Their unbreakable trust provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal world-ending threats their way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major conspiracy or a rival faction's assault forces the protagonist to push their abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical power fire, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just survive the assault, they completely shatter the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of skills and crafting to turn the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword. It's the one who understands the rules better than anyone else. Oracle's Haunt is a triumph of the LitRPG and fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. Shannon Mayer has crafted a sequel that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse with a stat sheet and a strategy guide. Plug in your headphones, check your stats, and join the climber. The system is live, but his future is bright.